The Zhou Dynasty by Elizabeth Hochberg and Katie Brimhall. Timeline. In 1046 BCE, the Zhou Dynasty started. In 772 BCE was the start of the spring and autumn period. 551 BCE was the birth of Confucius. In 550 BCE, 4 major states emerged in China: the Qin, Jin, Chu, and Qi. In 256 BCE, the Zhou Dynasty ends as the Qin Dynasty begins. The geography. The Yellow River was to the north of the Zhou Dynasty, China. The Pacific Ocean was to the east. The Yangtze River was to the south. The Himalayan mountains were to the southwest, and the Tibetan Plateau was to the northeast. The political and government structure of the Zhou Dynasty. An emperor/king ruled. The emperor split into feudal states, and the Zhou Dynasty began the mandate of heaven, or belief that to be a ruler you had to have divine approval, and calamities or riots would be proof that you no longer had heaven's approval to rule. Wars. The Battle of Mu in 1046 BCE. It was King Wu of the Zhou Dynasty versus the Shang army. The Zhou tried to take over the Shang army, but King Wu won control of the Shang Dynasty for the Zhou Dynasty. Religious and philosophical ideas. Confucianism was founded by Confucius. He believed in constant respect for elders and family and being appropriate at all times. Taoism was founded by Laozi. He believed in the principle of being in harmony with nature. Important people of the Zhou Dynasty. King Wu. He overthrew the Shang Dynasty and started the Zhou Dynasty. Laozi founded Taoism. Mencius spread Confucianism, and Confucius founded Confucianism. A quote from the Analects says, "The master said, 'Wealth and honor are what people desire, but if one should not abide in them if it cannot be done in accordance to the way.'" Art and architecture. The pillars on houses showed the level of wealth. The kings had carved red pillars. The richest people had black pillars. The slightly rich people had yellow pillars, and the poor people had no pillars. Calligraphy also flourished, along with jade work. Multi-story houses started to be made. The social structure. The king was on top, followed by scholars, then farmers, then merchants, and then women and slaves. Inventions of the Zhou Dynasty. Ox-drawn plows, standardized coins, large-scale irrigation, and standardized writing for the whole country. The Zhou gods versus Allah. For the Zhou, there was no set pantheon of gods. They had the mandate of heaven, believing that a divine person had to approve of your rule, but they were not specific as to who was the divine approver. There was no one major god, and they mainly focused on philosophies instead of religious beliefs. The Muslims, however, were monotheistic. They believed Allah is the only God, and the Shia, similar to the Zhou, believed that the ruler should be related to Muhammad, their prophet. Zhou technologies versus the Romans. The Zhou had iron weapons that were mainly crossbows, chariots, silk, copper coins, and the acupuncture medical practice. The Romans had aqueducts, concrete, roads and highways, bound books, and started the Julian calendar. The Zhou art and architecture versus the Indus River Valley. The Zhou used pillar colors to show wealth of different people. They used multi-story houses. They flourished with jade work, and calligraphy was very popular. In the Indus River Valley, Art was used through wax seals. They had brick houses. They enjoyed jewelry and made a lot of it. And they used various mediums, such as terracotta and clay, to make pottery into shapes of bowls. The end.